This major component of Moroccan ancestral heritage, التبوريدة or Fantasia, is listed on the UNESCO list of intangible heritage of humanity. Deeply rooted in the Arab Amazigh culture of the kingdom, it is therefore legitimate that Morocco officially submitted in 2019 an application to include it on the representative list of UNESCO's intangible cultural heritage. التبوريدة constitutes within the national heritage a major component of the practices related to the horse. It also crystallizes multiple dimensions of the immaterial cultural heritage, in particular the rituals, aptitudes, and know-how relating to the traditional dress, the craftsmanship, in addition to the oral legacy inseparable from this equestrian practice. Since its appearance evaluated by the historians in the 15th century, التبوريدة has strongly contributed to the sense of identity and continuity of Moroccans. التبوريدة is an equestrian representation that stimulates a succession of military parades reconstituted according to ancestral Arabo-Amazigh conventions and rituals. This term التبوريدة is derived from the word barud, which means gunpowder. It takes place on a sand track called mahrik, which extends over 200 meters long and 70 meters wide, including the safety areas. Around these track, spaces reserved for spectators are sometimes arranged. They are often concentrated around Moroccan craft shops and the sale of local products. Each parade of التبوريدة is carried out by a troop called sorba, made up of riders and horses lined up, in the middle of which is placed the leader of the troop, or Muqaddam, with his mount. Under the direction of Muqaddam, riders and horses of a troop then get ready to execute a parade made of two main parts: Hadda, or the salute of the troop, which enters the track at a trot and performs an acrobatic weapon handling, and Talqa, the troops set off again at a gallop and carry out a rifle shot with blanks before and withdrawn. The goal is to finish the race by firing at the same time in order to hear only one detonation. In Morocco, each tribe has one or more التبوريدة troops, with a more significant concentration in the regions of Tadla, Dukala Abda, Beni Amir, Sharqawa, Al-Ahmar, Rhamna, Beni Warain, Zmour Zair, Zayan, and Beni Znesen, and also Sahara. There are 5 types of التبوريدة: Hiyaniya in the Fez Meknes region, Shikawiya in the Beni Mellal Khonifra region, Hiyatiya in Great Casablanca, Nasiriya in the Dukala Abda region, and Sahrawiya in Moroccan Sahara. There are nearly 1,000 troops throughout Morocco. They put on shows to animate the Moussems. Among them, some officially take part in an annual national championship made up of regional and inter-regional competitions and the national final. During the equestrian performance, men wear a kaftan or jalaba, a sarwal, special pair of trousers, a silham. Another element of Moroccan traditional dress called the cape or silham is very large clothing, long or medium in length, sometimes with a hood and usually adorned with a tassel. The cape closes at the chest. Basically, the silham was used as a coat against the cold. A razza or turban, traditional equestrian boots, tmagh, a small Quran booklet, a khanjar or dagger, and sometimes a saber nimsha on the back. But the essential and emblematic element of التبوريدة remains the Moroccan black powder rifle called mukhla. التبوريدة is carried out on the back of Barb horses, but also recently with Arab Barb horses, crossbreeding of the Barb with the Arabian thoroughbred. They are hardened with sewn material and decorated in a traditional way. In addition, التبوريدة is at the origin of the development of the market for horses of the Barb and the Arab Barb breeds, which represents 80% of the Moroccan herd. التبوريدة is the main outlet for this equine production. التبوريدة makes it possible to develop a local economy based on social and solidarity development. Indeed, the clothing of the men and harness of the horses are generally designed and made from local materials, textiles, leather, ironwork, essentially preserved from one year to the next. This bias allows each community to implement and exhibit its know-how. At the local level, the inscription of this element on the representative list of the intangible cultural heritage of UNESCO contributes to the visibility of التبوريدة because it will encourage the continuity of this equestrian practice. At the national level, the inscription of التبوريدة on the representative list of the intangible heritage of UNESCO will contribute to its visibility because it will encourage the meeting of local troops of التبوريدة and the inter-regional cultural exchanges. At the international level, its inscription will contribute to the visibility of intangible heritage in general, as it will enrich the perceived cultural identity of Morocco. It will also contribute to the enhancement, global influence, and dissemination of Arab Amazigh art and cultural heritage. It will make it possible to associate the horse with the international perception of Moroccan cultural identity.
مرحبا بكم الموسم ديال الرحامنة فيه راجل اللي جا ديال البلقرير هذا الموسم ديالنا 4 صفر.
Finally, and more generally, the inscription of this equestrian art will accelerate the development of an element that promotes peace and diversity between communities. Indeed, Borida, in essence, a place of dialogue and celebration, is the breeding ground for a cultural identity that gives each region the possibility of expressing itself and highlighting its crafts and horse riding.
هاك